Hi, I'm Alistair, the grumpy CIO. This week, grumpy about the reported death of the front-end engineer. Well, the front-end engineer is definitely dead, but long live the front-end engineer. What nonsense this is I'm talking. Okay, I'm the CIO of a small business, and there's many people out there in sort of similar boat, or you're like a tech leader in some big place, and you've got to report up to division heads about what kind of resources you're going to need for the future, how it's going to impact your ability to deliver on a roadmap. And there's all this stuff talking about how front engineers are dead. So maybe you'll get some headcount planning. Actually, don't use this one. It's from Pigment, just to give people credit where credit's due, and I thought it looked quite cool. So looking at it here, but I'll have to produce figures like this, and I've had to do it so many times in the past, and you have to be aware of future trends going, like as we're projecting out for a business like a 5-year plan, how many of these type of resources are going to need. And maybe who needs front-end engineers anyway? Well, not entirely true, because what does it mean to be a front engineer? Well, used to be a front engineer, you used to be able to do some HTML, CSS, a bit of JavaScript. That was about good enough to get you started. I could do that. Today, if I tried to code today, I'd look like the two Muppets on the screen there. Help me, help me, help me. Not going to work. Go back a bit further, and there were web developers who built these things called websites. I mean, nobody does that today, apart from maybe school projects, just because they feel like it. But you used to be able to enter a developer with some of these much more junior positions available to you, and you'd be styling components. So speaking to one of our engineers today, this is 4th of July, Happy Independence Day 2023, was talking about joining in his career in 2018. Now that's only 5 years ago. Now at the time you still had to know something more than just what I just described. You also had to have some knowledge of some kind of JavaScript libraries, you know, maybe not even a little bit of React, but that would basically get your entry-level role. That doesn't exist now. So the front-end engineer has already been progressing upwards and upwards and upwards in skill sets in this period of time. So we're not talking about the death of the front engineer, we're talking about the evolution of the front-end engineer. There is a problem if you look for junior front-end development jobs. This is just one off Indeed in London. They do still exist. The pay is not going up, I would say. There is, inflationary pressures everywhere. It's not a job that's increasing. And I must say, long before AI kills off these jobs, certainly in the UK or the US, offshoring will have done so. These jobs will change and evolve over time. There won't be the junior entry level that we have at the moment, and that does leave us with another problem about how do you enter this career, but save that for another post. But for now, front-end engineers are here to stay. Productivity will continue to just increase and go through the roof. If you think about it, does your roadmap, is it completely resourced and balanced? Do you have no resource contentions whatsoever, or do you have more work to do? Of course you have more work to do than there are people. That's not going to change. We'll just increase the productivity. But as we increase the productivity, the expectations will increase. Other companies will increase output. It will get higher and higher and higher. Front-end engineers are definitely here to stay. And if you are a business leader, don't be coerced into reducing your front-end development on your budget, on your plan, because you just won't get anything done at all. All right, thanks for watching. I'm Alistair, the grumpy CIO of www.shipshape.vc. We are the venture capital search engine. Come to us to optimize your investor outreach. Find the investors that get what you're talking about. Thank you.